Hello everybody, welcome back again. This is my second video today. It looks like I'm catching up on the ones that I've missed out. So today I'm going to show you how to make this really super cute baby slipper. Again, DK yarn, and this is so versatile because it's quite simple. It can be used as slippers, ideal for gifts. And what you can do is, if you want to make them into a shoe, it's exactly the same. There's one here, but I've attached a bow to it. So again, you can attach flowers, bows. It's so versatile. You can even actually make a chain drawstring and then just put it through yourself if you want that extra tightness, and tie a bow at the front so you can, pull through. But to be honest, it's not necessary, I don't think, but it's entirely up to you. This one was just to show you that they look so cute, so formal. So I will show you how to make these. So like I said, this is the 0 to 3, and you probably know by now my 0 to 3 hook to go to is 3.5 millimeters. We need the scissors, yarn needle, and then for this project we do need a marker. So if you've got any of these, great. If not, then you can always put a piece of string to get back to where you need to get back to. I've already made one. Both shoes are exactly the same, so no changes for left or right, and I'll show you how to make them. So let's begin. So for this project, DK yarn, again, new fashion, by Woolcraft. And I'm using the shade 1000, which is the silvery grey, and it's a DK yarn. So let's begin. So for this project, let's move this to the side for now. We need to start off with a chain 6. So slip knot, okay, let's chain 6. Six chains. Now what we need to do is single crochet in the first 4. So not this one, this will be your first stitch. So single crochet. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. In the last stitch, sorry, I'll just get some yarn out. In the last stitch here, you will place 3 single crochets. So 1, 2 and 3. So we will work around the opposite way now, and what we need to do is 3 single crochets. So not here, first one here. So 1, 2 and 3. A bit tricky to see, but you do have one here as well. So in this last one here, you will place 2 single crochets. Now here, and the next one will be 2 single crochets again, 1 and 2. This is where you need to mark your work. Like I said, use these. I want this enormous one, but I don't mind it, and it's just easy for me. It's because it's heavy, it just dangles. These can be a bit tricky to come in and out, but so I just pop it through and just let it dangle. Just my method. Crazy. Okay, so we did 2 single crochets and then we've marked the first one. Now we need to do 3 single crochets in the next 3. 1, 2 and 3. Now these 3 here, 1, 2 and 3, we need to pop 2, 2 and 2. So 2 single crochets in all 3 of them. So that's 1, 2, and that's 3. Single crochet in the next 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you should have 2 stitches there before your marked stitch. You need to pop 2 single crochets in each of them, so 2 there and 2 there. Move your stitch marker, in my case my humongous stitch marker, and then from now on we will need to put our stitch marker on, because we are working in the round. We are not joining and slip stitching into anything. We are just continuously working to in the round to make this part here, so we'll just keep going up and up. So what we need to do is single crochet in the next 8 stitches. So do your first one and put your marker on. That's 1 and 8 in total. You have your 8 single crochets. This top one here, you need to do 2. Then another 8. You should have 1 stitch remaining, and 2 will be placed in this last one. And you're back to your round again. So pull your marker out. And now we need to do 9 stitches, 9 single crochets, and then when we get to here we'll do 2 again, and then another 9, and then 2 again. So do your first one, remember to mark your work, and do 9 in total. So that was 1, that's 9. Sorry, I know I've got this huge stitch pocket rattling on their thing, but sorry about that. So 2 in this one. And then 9 again. And you're left with 1, and you'll place 2 in that one, 2 single crochets. So from here to here you have 22 stitches. What you need to do now is 6 rounds, continuously working 6 rounds of single crochets. So 22 stitches, that'll be your first round, and then you need to do another 5. So 6 rows in total of 22 single crochets, finishing here just before your marker. So go ahead and do that, and then I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so here we are. We've got we've done the 6 rounds of the 22 single crochets, and we end up here. So as you can see, this is forming the toe part of the shoe, so, or slipper should I say. So we can remove this, and what we'll do now is from here we will do 14 single crochets. So do your 14 single crochets. Okay, it's 14 single crochets. So chain 1, turn your work, and then do 14 single crochets working back again. Okay, so we're doing the second half of the shoe up to the heel. So what you need to do now is do 5 more rounds of 14 single crochets. So on each round you are chaining 1, turning your work and working 14 stitches. So we need to have 5 more rounds of single crochets. So do those and I'll meet you towards the end. Okay, so we've done our 6 rounds in total of 14 single crochets, and you can usually tell what 6 round is. If you see this, it looks like 3 stripes. Each stripe is basically 2 rows, so 2, 4 and 6. So you chain 1, flip your work again, and now we will do a decrease row. So we've got 14 single crochets, we want to change that to 7 single crochets. And the way that you would do that is 2 single crochets together. So put your yarn hook through, pull up a loop, and then go to the next one, pull through all 3 loops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Chain 1 and cut a fair bit of yarn because we need to stitch the back of the shoe together. So okay, let's just see if there's any other, get these extra bits from here. Now you need your yarn needle. Okay, and the way that you sew these shoes up, facing you, and then fold on backwards like so. And what you want to do is just, all you're going to do is do, I think it's called a whip stitch, I'm not sure, but stitch from here to here. You can use whatever method, but I'll show you the one that I do. So place it into the top there. And just work your way down. Try not to pull your yarn too much. Oops. And then what I tend to do is make a little knot here at the bottom. Oops. And then just work a couple of times to weave in the extra yarn there. Okay, cut your yarn. So this needs an edging now, because you need to close up the work a little bit more, and it gives a nice little finish. So the way I do mine is, you can see you've got these 2 stitches here, so I tend to put my hook through evenly. This, as you're working on a rough edge, just evenly do your stitches. So put your hook through, grab your yarn, pull the yarn through, and then just chain 1, and then go into the very same place that you came out of, pull up a loop, and then into the one on the opposite side, pull another loop. So you're basically doing 2 single crochets together, and then pull through all 3. And then all you need to do is work along the edge here. When you get to here, I'll show you what to do. So I get approximately 6 single crochets working across. If you've got more than 6, then 6 or 7. But if you've got anything more than that, then it's just, you need to, whatever you do this side, try and do the same the other side, because you don't want a wonky shoe. When you get to this little corner bit, I tend to put them two together as well. So my little thread yarn will cut that off in a minute. So in, and then in again, make that into one, and then work along. I get about 8 working across, and then you want to do 2 together again. In these corners, basically, you're doing 2 together, and then work across. So that's 6, and then slip stitch to the first one, chain 1, cut your yarn. You should have a little bit of a yarn here, the one that we joined with, so give that a little tug and snip it off. Not necessary. Okay, where's my yarn needle? Right, we need to tidy this up. So what I tend to do is, again, I'm one of those weirdos. So you can see with the work that it doesn't really sit straight, and there's always that little bit where you did the join. So normally I tell you to go down and up on a shoe, but I actually go across on this specific shoe. The reason being that you'll see it doesn't fill the thing, but it just pushes the work together a little bit even more, which is great because we don't, it just adds to the. So I don't know what you can see, it's kind of like straightening out a bit more. And then I will do a little knot, and then just anywhere a couple of times in the opposite direction to hide the tail. And here we have it. This is the other slipper. How cute is they? We now have 2 slippers, 0 to 3 months. I mentioned before, you can zhuzh them up, put your bows on, put your flowers on, whatever you want to do really. Or if you just want to keep them as slippers, then they're just as adorable as they are. So if you want to make these, I hope you like these. If you want to make these in a newborn, again, exactly the same pattern, but I would recommend you use a 3mm hook with a DK yarn. And if you want to go up to, say, from 3 to 6 months, I use a 3.5. I would give it a go with 4.5, maybe even possibly 5mm. It all depends. If you've got the little one with you, you can measure their feet to see how big you want. But I mean, these on a 0 to 3, like I said, the standard is 0 to about 3.5 inches. So yeah, these are actually 3.5. So they could probably even because they're stretchy, they could probably even go up to 4 months, 4 to 5 months. So okay, I hope you really like these tutorial on these little cuties, and please do like and subscribe to my channel, and please do send on these videos to anyone who would like to make these super duper shoes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.